In the past 2 years, I've produced over 533 YouTube videos in the business space. And these videos have generated hundreds of thousands of views, but more importantly, hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue for my clients. For example, Stedman made $28,000 from one single YouTube video. Kai scaled his agency from 17K to 75K per month with our YouTube funnel. And Kiwa made 13K in 7 days from YouTube. And these are just a few out of the countless business owners we worked with, helping them build these YouTube content systems. And after analyzing hundreds of videos that we made for our clients, I was able to find the 3 most successful video types that are working to drive the majority of authority, leads, and cash collected. Then I went onto YouTube and analyzed the top guys in the business space on YouTube, and what I noticed is that they're doing the exact same thing and utilizing these exact same 3 types of videos. So it just seems like some types of videos are fundamentally wired to be successful in the business space on YouTube. And once you actually know what these videos are, you can build a YouTube channel that has an unfair advantage over people out there still creating generic, boring how-to videos. So in this video, I'm going to reveal what those 3 YouTube videos are. I'm going to show you how they work, give you examples, and show you how you can take them and apply them to your channel to book an extra 10 to 30 calls per month from YouTube. So here are the 3 video types that derive 90% of results on YouTube. So the first one is the Wave Rider, and this is for views and initial traffic. Then we have the Authority Showcase for trust and credibility. And then we have the Evergreen asset for converting viewers to paying clients. So video type 1 is the Wave Rider. So what is it? This is a video that capitalizes on current trends in your industry, captures attention waves before they peak, and this works even if you have 0 subscribers. So examples of this were like creating content around a new AI tool, or someone creating content based on someone who is trending at the moment in your industry. So why Wave Riders work? You're capturing new trends that have high demand, and there will be a low supply of quality content if it's something new. Being early captures massive attention slice, and the algorithm doesn't need to know your audience yet. The trend does the heavy lifting. So as I said, this is great for people who have under 1,000 subscribers and want to grow their channel. So for example, we created a Wave Rider video called Alex Hormozi's $100 million advice for real estate wholesalers. This was for one of our clients. He has under 1,000 subscribers, and we needed to generate some new traffic for his channel rather than only create bottom of funnel content that doesn't really grow the channel that much, right? So we led with this top of funnel video, and funnily enough, even though it's not meant to convert, we closed 8K on January 20. This was a pay in full from this YouTube video, and we're able to see that directly here. This is attributed revenue. This isn't us guessing. So this is the first type of video. This is proof it works. You need to be creating these to grow your channel. So how to actually execute Wave Riders. So the research process, if you're doing it, you're trying to find emerging trends, this is how you would go about it. You need to find the top 3 to 5 videos already succeeding with this trend, take note of their structure, tone, their angles, and this becomes your data-backed blueprint. And the key principle here is you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to follow what's working, but just find your unique angle on the trend. And this will be based on, your business, your unique selling proposition. Whatever way you can make this video unique to you and unique to your offer, that's what you're gonna use there, right? Some mistakes to avoid when creating this video: jumping on trends when they've already peaked, copying another creator's video exactly, or not monitoring industry sources for emerging trends. This is something we do for all our clients to make sure that we're actually catching this early rather than being late to it, right? There's a few ways you can actually find this. Reddit is great, LinkedIn, Twitter, communities, Facebook groups, schools. Basically, you want to be involved in your community, and there's also like blogs, stuff like that, where you can monitor stuff for, if you're creating videos around AI, you'd want to monitor, emerging trends, all these types of places where people are going to be early on the stuff, so that you can then become one of the first people to create content around it. By the way, if you do want our help kind of making these types of videos and implementing a full done for you YouTube funnel that helps you scale your coach consulting business to 50K, 100K plus per month, there'll be a link in the description. You can book a call and see if you're qualified. This is only for people already making at least 10K a month. Back to the video. The next type of video type here is the Authority Showcase. So what is this? This is a challenge or documented process video where you actually show yourself doing the thing live. You achieve the viewer's dream outcome live on camera, and you prove you have the expertise that they are looking for. So why this works: it shows instead of tells. It proves the dream is achievable, and it builds trust faster than any other type of content. Because if you're selling to B2B buyers, people who need proof before they invest, right? They're not just gonna buy because you told them something. You need to be able to show them, right? So seeing it removes their skepticism and positions you as the obvious authority without selling. And this works so well because it lets them see behind the scenes of your process. This can be something like showing an ad account, launching an ad campaign, if you're selling a Facebook ads offer. And the reality is most people are not gonna watch that video and try copy it themselves. Or maybe they will, but they're gonna realize it's harder than it looks. There's so many elements that they didn't know, and they're still gonna pay you to actually implement it. So it's not like if you're showing this live, you're gonna miss out on clients because they're gonna steal your process. More likely, people are just gonna see you as an authority, right? And this means that when they go to book a call, they already know your process. So when they come to the call, they aren't just cold, they know what you're actually doing and your step-by-step process to helping them achieve their dream outcome. So I actually created a video like this on my channel, which is called Watch Me Build a 100K per month YouTube content system in 16 minutes using AI. And in this video, I actually showed how to actually go about coming up with a strategy for YouTube, right? And how we actually do it for our clients. There are a whole bunch of people who have already copied this. So if you search Watch Me Build a in minutes, as I said, this video just works. There are guys who created videos like this 8 months ago that are, extremely high outliers, like watch me build a $1 million landing page in 20 minutes. This is someone who has a landing page offer, all these other types of ones. Watch me build a 100K per month AI agency. And another few people actually doing the exact same video. This obviously works, right? So if you want to do this, 100% recommend you do it. Then how to actually execute this. So you need to actually do the challenge, right? You can't just say you're gonna do it, you need to actually show it in the video. This obviously requires expertise, which is gonna make this valuable. So authenticity is critical. You can't have over-polished editing in this video. What we like to do is literally just make it a screen share, right? That's all you need. And you're showing it live and you're just cutting out any pauses, etc. And show the struggles, not just wins. So you don't want to just show the wins. You want to show yourself, let's say it's like a live cold calling video. You want to show yourself getting rejected, because this is going to show people what actually happens in real life. It's going to make you seem more legit rather than, making this seem like it's easy. So obviously what you want to never do here is fake results in this, make it look too easy, over edit it. People can spot fake content. So you need to actually have your real process and not of a manufactured process. Now, the third type of video, and this is probably the most important if you're running some sort of business channel, you want to, get conversions, you want to get clients, and you want to make an ROI on YouTube. The third video type here is the Evergreen asset. So what is this? This is your definitive masterclass on a core topic. So this needs to be the best video on the planet for that subject. Not just great, it needs to be the ultimate resource for someone who's looking to learn this specific thing. So the goal is to become the category king for that topic. You want to create the go-to video that everyone references, that everyone watches if they're looking to achieve that dream outcome. So great example here is our client Stedman, who we created this video called How to Start a Funding Business in 2026 free course. This video was about an hour long, and it's a real deep dive into how to actually start this business model, because he has a coaching program that teaches people how to start this business model. So we made this stacked with as much value as possible. We gave everything away, right? We really didn't hold back. And the result of this is 27K from one YouTube video, 11 calls, and a whole bunch of, leads coming in that he can nurture over time. What this does is when you create a truly valuable piece of content, YouTube sees this. If it's actually good, they see people watching through, and they obviously recommend your video to more people. So, if you search up this key term for anyone who's looking to do X thing, which is start a funding company, if it's, for him specifically, he's now ranking #1 in the search results. And this is the go-to piece of content for anyone trying to do this too. And why Evergreen assets dominate is because YouTube is a winner-takes-all platform. One video captures most of the search traffic for a topic, like I just showed you here. If anyone searches this, they're watching this video, they're not watching the other ones. B2B viewers want one comprehensive solution, not 10 mediocre videos. And this becomes a lead generation asset that works 24/7 long-term. Evergreen, this means that it's going to continue to bring in leads and bring in clients for months and even years to come potentially if you've optimized it. So for these types of videos, you need to have a super hook. What is a super hook, you might ask? A super hook is when you have a bit of a longer hook that really showcases so much authority, and you really want to promise what's going to be in the YouTube video, right? So for a regular video, you obviously don't want to have a too long hook. When you're doing your Evergreen asset, you want to build up the authority in the hook and spend some time on that, because that's going to influence their ability to actually watch through the video and really value what you're saying, right? So for these videos, you need to have an overwhelming amount of social proof. We did this for him. Your biggest client results, most impressive numbers, credibility indicators. Then you want to have a business changing promise. So a massive outcome viewers want and specific to your target market's goals, right? And you also want to have an ultra clear plan. So the step-by-step system, you want to tell them what it's going to be in the YouTube video, list it out, how you'll fulfill the promise. So you actually want to say, okay, in this YouTube video, you're going to learn this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, because that's going to set them up to actually stay and watch through the YouTube videos. And then obviously, make sure you have chapters so that people can actually go through it. So how to actually execute your Evergreen asset, full length wise, it's however long it needs to be the best. It can be 45 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours, 10 hours, 16 hours, it really doesn't matter. You know, it's going to differ from industry to industry. So for Stedman, we only needed to make it 1 hour, and that's made it the best video in his niche, right? So there needs to be no fluff, but it must be complete coverage of everything, you know, that someone would want to learn. How to view it is, this should be your North Star, right? Is this the best resource in my industry for this problem? You want to be number one. YouTube is winner takes all. As I said, some structured tips here: deliver quick wins early to provide value, improve value, use timestamps, chapters for navigation. You want to make sure you have that, and show viewers everything that's packed inside. What you don't want to do, hold back, right? You actually want to give away your best frameworks and your best systems. Don't gatekeep premium strategies. People aren't going to implement most of the time, and being the category king is better than protecting secrets. And why this works for B2B, as I said, there's a implementation gap. Like, most people aren't going to take what you actually give them and implement it. They're just going to watch it and then decide if they want to work with you and pay you for implementation. And giving away all this free value is going to position you as an authority. And if they're a smart business owner, they're not going to try to do everything themselves. They're going to, you know, hire out, right? So this is going to position you as the guy that they should go to, rather than the competitors who are only giving away generic strategies and aren't really providing enough value. So those are the 3 types of YouTube videos that are working right now in 2026 in the business space. But obviously, knowing these types of videos isn't enough. You'll have to know how to come up with these video ideas correctly. You'll have to know how to position the YouTube videos. You'll have to know how to script them, and then how to actually create a YouTube funnel that works and actually builds trust and credibility over time, so that you can get conversions. So that's why if you check out the video on here, you'll learn exactly how we helped our client Stedman do that and collect 30K from one YouTube video. And if you want to work with me, there'll be a link in the description of this YouTube video, and you know, we handle the full YouTube system for you, so that you don't even have to worry about anything. So hopefully you got some value from this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff, and cheers.